Good morning. This is Frank from Trade Stalkers. It's March the 10th. It is 8:30 and market just opened. Looks like we had some news this morning around 7:30 with weekly jobless claims, and probably more importantly is Draghi's press conference started at 7:30, and between the two, apparently the market didn't like it. As we saw, it immediately dropped here at 7:30 from the 2008, 2009 area, and we are right back down to the 61% retracement. So let's take a quick look over last night. Looks like we opened up around 1990.75. Just went sideways for a couple hours and then, went right up into our zones from yesterday, and it's a continuation zone from today, so it's real important numbers in this 1994 area. Looks like we reached the before the news and everything else, overnight high of around 96.50. And when the news started releasing here just prior, some leaky, somebody talking some good stuff, letting out some news. Well, market went straight up. It looks like we had the actual overnight high of 2010.50. But in doing so, we crossed through a lot of space through this zone and a major resistance area right here at the 2006. So getting a pullback into the zone and getting the bounce, false breakout essentially this morning where it stopped again at the 2008, and then the news course came out, and we're right back down into here, crossing through the VWAPs, the supports, the resistance, everything you could think of in between. So we're right back into the zone where we actually had the consolidation overnight. So all we did was just market just gave it all right back to us. So let's take a look at what might happen this morning if the market continues to the downside. You can see we got all the way down with one candle just above the 61.8 and then got our bounce there. So it looks like we had the overnight low in this zone at 1986.25. So now this call becomes real important. We're probably going to get a bounce back like we did right into here. If this is truly bad news, the market's going to stick with it. Now we're going to head right back and retest the 61.8 and come down into this zone to the bottom at 1986. Look for a retest of the double bottom and then a good bounce up and the market could go straight up. And we'll talk about the upside in a minute. If, however, we get this bounce right in here and it comes back at it, it will come back up and retest. Other side of this green pivot, probably around the 1990 area where the VWAP will catch up with it. That's the white line. And then we're going to come right back down and we'll be shooting back down for this 1977 targets. But look at the support we have from pivots here at 81, pivots at 80, pivots at 78, pivots at 76, and then this support area. So gonna have a lot to go through once it gets down into this area. If it does make it into this area, we're gonna look for pullbacks to retest this zone somewhere at one of these pivots. We'll probably go all the way back up and then come back and retest this if it's really going to be a down day, and we'll continue on down to the 71 area down into this zone. Loaded day again, possibly down to the 62 area at this red dash zone. So just watch it real close and be cautious. If we get down into here, look for a bottom, probably the bottom somewhere truly in this zone, and then look for a good retrace to get some of this back today. So be cautious with that. And on the way back up, take your profits early, just leave your runners on today and let it go all the way back up if possible. Not a likely story unless we just really, really don't believe that what the ECB is doing is really detrimental to us. The probability side of the story is that we're going to stay here and consolidate this morning for a little bit, possibly even right back down to this 89 and consolidate up into this area, 96. Big area to consolidate. Very, very dangerous area. Don't get caught up with it. Wait for the market to settle down. Wait for a move back above the moving average price and the 24-hour VWAP, and then look for another retest of this zone. If we get the second retest of this zone at 95 area, then look to go long. First target to be cautious of is that 2000, and then right on up into this zone again, the 206, possibly to the 210, and push up into 216 areas today. In each one of these key zones, look for a 2 to 3 point pullback, possibly a little more, before going on up. Here, this should be a test at this zone, or at this overnight high. We should retest. This should now become support at 2005. Push up to the next target of 2016, where I think we'll probably end up today if the market can turn itself around. We have other targets up at 27 and then again at 36. Unlikely moves up there, but just be cautious and use these zones to take your profit and get out. If you have any questions or discuss anything, contact Frank at tradestalkers.com and have a great day.